merry meet and fare thee well. Settle in for a story with me, Astin Gaël. This is going to be your collective message for Tuesday, May the 5th. It is Cinco de Mayo. So, happy Cinco de Mayo to all who celebrate. All right. Everything you need to know is in the description box down below. If you would like to book a reading, it's in the description box. If you would like to follow the magic shop on Blue Sky, it's in the description box. If you would like to donate to the channel, it's in the description box. I am filming this on Monday, May the 1st. It is Xander's 26th birthday. If you haven't already, drop him a happy birthday in the comments. We are reading our way through What There Is to Love About a Man, and every time we read an excerpt, we base the short story off of the theme of that excerpt. Today's theme is poetry, one of my favorites. The soul of a poet comes out in many different ways. He may put pen to paper or form to clay. He may send cards when he's away. Strings of words and symbols and stick figures haphazardly arranged in a manner most poetic. He may write verse or sonnet, limerick or lyric, or build a hogan or plant a spiral garden, or dance his rite of passage and express pure poetry in motion. The eyes of a poet see beauty everywhere, and the ears of a poet hear the rhythm of verse and rhyme in every howl of wind, or whistle of a train, or insistent call of a crow. Spoken from a pure heart, roses are red, violets are blue, can carry the potency and poetry of, but soft, what light through yonder window breaks. It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Take care to know when a poet is in your midst, for he will show you the difference between living a life of poetry and simply writing rhymes. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, we can't talk about poetry without going to the deck of plenty. I have added new cards in there. Those colored cards are new, and I'm still adding to the deck. I'm gonna need a bigger baggie. This is the baggie it lives in, and it's already getting too thick to fit in there. So, guess that means I need to order something off Etsy. No, that's not what that means. But, there are poems in this deck now. So, poetry. Okay. Living a life of poetry. Okay, so first things first, we've got the moon on the bottom of the deck. The moon, ruled by Cancer, in detriment whenever it is in Capricorn. So definitely not associated with energies like the devil. Absolutely associated with energies like the moon card, obviously, and the high priestess. So a poet is definitely a person of intuition. Logic is necessary too, especially if you are going to start writing, limericks and lyrics, haikus and odes. You need to understand form and process. But a lot of it does just kind of come from intuition. A lot of it does just feel like a channel, like an open channel. You cannot be held by chains and be a poet. You cannot be weighed down by guilt and shame. In fact, poetry has often been used to release people from the burden of guilt and shame. So this poet has a lot to say about body image. Definitely not a fan of the diet culture, the fat shaming that our society has normalized. This person cannot find any peace in an environment that is full of body image issues, body shame. They feel as if when they are forced to look a certain way, eat a certain way, that they are a mere persona of themselves, that they are performing this human experience, not living it. So, all right. And then right underneath the moon, we have the sun, ruled by Leo, associated with your inner child, in detriment when in Aquarius. Yeah, I can see that. Aquarius people that I have known are almost always night owls. They like the nighttime. So this is definitely about somebody's physicality, the way that they feel about their physical appearance. Let's consult the tumultuous tarot. First things first, I'm seeing forgive. Let that shit go. So maybe there has to be some forgiveness of a past version of self, a version of self that allowed one to get this way, not just, big boned, but big boned and caring about it. Because maybe a younger version of self wouldn't really care how they looked. They just, cared about what they ate. And if you like what you eat, then, who cares? But a lot of people do care. A lot of people seem to make it almost like a failing of your morality, which is interesting to me because I don't think the way that you look has anything to do with your morals. All right. Tell me more about this poet. Okay. There could be some ideation going on. at the very least, there's a lot of thinking about the end. Um, this person also deals with a lot of depression. I'm not a doctor, I can't actually diagnose anyone. I just know that I'm seeing evidence of the 12th house here. Um, and that has a lot to do with grief, but like deep grief, grief that one keeps hidden. Um, this person, also, this poet, um, was asked to keep a lot of people's secrets while growing up. You know, in emotionally enmeshed relationships between parents and children, um, parents often ask their kids to keep their secrets, which is incredibly inappropriate and forms bonds that are not appropriate. Um, that's actually how a lot of people end up carrying extra weight that they cannot get rid of. Um, I've read different times where it either works as like a shield, like to keep people at bay, keep people away, and it also is the manifestation of secrets. They tend to settle in this area of the body. So that's something to think about. Okay. Um hmm. Tell me more about the moon. The moon in our chart also illuminates what our relationship to our mother was like. So, this body image issue could have been passed down through a matriarchal line. Um, the death sideways and the Four of Cups sideways. The 13th of May could be significant. An opportunity may come in around that time. An opportunity to start over. Like a new job. Okay, this opportunity could be coming from an Empress in the reverse. So, a feminine energy that manifests in kind of toxic feminine traits. A very pick me type energy. So, the opportunity might be presented in a um you absolutely want this. I'm everything you could have ever wanted. Or it could be presented in a um like a trickery type way. Like, well, we don't actually really want anybody new, but like if you were interested, you could probably apply and somebody might look at your resume. they want it to seem enticing, but also like you're unworthy of it, which it goes back to this body image issues. They think that you're easily manipulated because of some body image issues. Yeah, Z. Um, the opportunity may be coming to you through the internet, an email, a direct message, something of that sort. Tell me more about this 12th house energy. The family secrets that were told to this poet might have been told in somebody's garden. So maybe it was like a grandmother or like an older aunt that would like take care of this person. Um, and there was just a lot of shop talk going on. Um, this poet was talked to like an adult well before they were actually cognitively an adult. Probably one of the reasons why this poet is such a good poet. Uh, they had a very extensive vocabulary before they were fully grown. Man, they are not being quiet about the fact that there is news incoming. So there's news incoming. Tell me more about these secrets. We know that the secrets were absolutely a burden, a weight to bear. Okay. Could be something about like the movie The Matrix. You know, do you want to take the red pill or the blue pill? Um, Releasing these secrets could be a part of the opportunity being offered by this Empress in the reverse. Um, yeah, how do you want to release what it is that needs to come out? Um, there could be a salary being offered by this Empress in the reverse. Could be somewhere between 55 and 60,000 a year. Alternatively, um, like $500 to $800 a month. Um, how do you want to release this? So if this is like the book industry and you want to write a book about your family's secrets, you know, do you want to self-publish? Do you want to traditional publish? Do you want to write a memoir? Do you want to write an autobiography? Do you want to write metaphorically or do you want to just fucking show and tell, you know? This Empress in the reverse could be like a ghost writer, somebody that fancies themselves good enough to write other people's stories. Tell me more about the Empress. Tell me more about the Empress. Okay. They're an elderly person. Usually the Empress is a female-bodied person, but doesn't have to be. Just somebody in, kind of that crone energy. So an older, wiser feminine. They could also come across as like a king of pentacles. So their masculine energy is very, they have money. That's why this 55 to 60,000 annual or 500 to 800 monthly, like whatever the amount is, it's a significant amount to you. And this person knows that. They know that you don't necessarily respond to I'm not saying silliness, but like you're a no nonsense kind of person. So they have to come at you straight. That's probably why the salary numbers are already coming through. And then, there's two distinct options. Do you want to go this way? Do you want to go this way? They're trying to make the conversation go as smoothly as possible. There's definitely an energy of potential deception, though. The Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck in the reverse, with the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse, and the 4 of Wands upright underneath that. Don't celebrate this offer too quickly, because there's something about it that's too good to be true, which is probably why the two different salary options are so vastly different. Yeah, if somebody comes at you with an amount that, yeah, it's a significant amount right now, it would make a difference in your life today, this year. But it's not going to make a long-term difference in your life. It's just going to change your life right now. That's not actually a good deal. Yeah, I'm hearing don't sell your soul to the devil, whatever that means. I don't believe in the devil, and I don't think that if there was a devil, they were out there collecting souls. But you know what I mean, though. Don't give away your rights to something for a cookie. Okay. I think that's all I've got for you. I think this story is told. So, until next time, be well, be you.